Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson and welcome to my home. So Graham and I are working through a 20-week process. We picked the 20 weeks prior to Christmas to clean, declutter, reorganize, and regroup. So we're working off of a 20-week list that you can get on my website, which is www.resumeofamother.com. You can go down, I think it's a second post, the recent post, and you'll see the 20-week declutter. So we're starting kind of, even though the numbers are 1 to 20 on the sheet, we're starting at the 20th week, let's say, and we're working our way down. The last week would be number 1, and that would be the last week before Christmas. So with that being said, we are decluttering different areas of our home, and we're asking you to join us, and you can do as much or as little as you want. It's not to be something to make you overwhelmed and get you, because we're not doing it ourselves. Like, we're not getting overwhelmed. We're doing as much as we can. Are we absolutely 150% complete on every project? No. We live life. There's only so much time in a day, and there's only so much energy that you can do, and we just have a family and work and, all the rest. So do what you can do. It's okay. We are going to get through this together. We're going to get our homes. I just did a video the other night on making your house a home, and by decluttering and reorganizing, you're claiming back your home. So tonight, see this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff. I don't like wires. I don't like wires. When we first got married, we got surround sound. I'm from old school where black and white TV when I was a kid with antennas, and you had to turn the knob. And we got surround sound when we first got married, and my husband had a speaker here and here and here and here, and there were wires that connected all the speakers, and it drove me crazy. Well, somebody must have heard me complain to my husband, and now there is Bluetooth everything. I love Bluetooth because there's no wires, but there's still wires to be had. You have phone chargers, phone cords, extension cords, lights, Christmas tree lights, I don't even know what. But Graham's got some great tips on how, it's one of those things. He organizes well. We all rummage through it. And then what happens is you have a mess, and you've got to go back and clean up. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn it over to Graham. He's going to show you some of the tips he has, and then I'll close it out.
So, as Lynn was explaining, we as men tend to collect wires. I don't know whether it's a hobby or what it is, but we do. So she's handed it over to me to kind of explain as to how I handle it and how I keep it in control. One of the things that I have found that work for me is, I'm sure all you men have something like this where it ends up just in a big mess, and which is fine if you need something, but you end up spending half the day rummaging looking for what you need. And so here's a couple of tips. One is use old toilet rolls, because what you can do with that is, as I've done on this one here, is you can just wind up the cord and then just slip it over. It's easily on, easily off, and it keeps it nice and neat, and the wires don't get tangled up. Another thing is that you can do, keep like things together. So whether it's a plastic container, whether it's something like that, sometimes it's nice to use things, bins like this, where they're all matching. Especially like with ladies, they like to do that. And then what you can do is put a label on them. For instance, you could put a just simple masking tape is do that, and you could put household wires. You could put remotes. I know we tend to collect remotes, things like that. Sorry, I've got to go. I don't know if it's the allergies or what, but my voice is a little graspy this morning. So these are one of the things. So it's a project that I'm working on, and once I get through it, I can show you how it's done. But that's how I handle it. All right, I'm going to hand it back over to Lynn.
So you saw some of Graham's great tips. So bins that he was talking about, and I showed you earlier like this, these are from the dollar store. We have some shelves in our bedroom closet. We have a small walk-in closet, and there's shelves in there. And Graham has just put all these bins on the shelves, and he wants to label them so he knows batteries are in one, extension cords are in the other, and so on. You could get shoe bins like this. They're nice because they're clear and you can see in them and you can label them. But like items together, maybe all your phone cords in here and things like that. They even have containers like this. Graham was looking at these. Again, clear, and they just snap. The lids snap on and off. This comes off. This is great for smaller items. I think actually what Graham's going to do, and I don't know if he mentioned it, but he loves zip ties. But you can see his container is just about had it. But zip ties are great for tying wires together. Our back of our ice machine, the cord is just big and kind of swirly. So I wrapped it all up and I put a zip tie on it. So when I plug it in the wall, it's just all neat and bunched together. So I think he wants to put his zip ties in here. Graham showed you the bags, labeling them. Get a Sharpie, put a magic marker Sharpie written right on a piece of masking tape here on a sandwich bag. You can put a bunch of phone cords and put, the Samsungs or the iPhones or whatever the case might be. I love how he does this. He's always saving toilet paper rolls. And he'll cut them sometimes in half, because sometimes you only need a small section. And then other times he'll use them for maybe an extension cord, and he'll use the paper towel roll. So Graham's constantly using these. And this is a great way to do it. So he gave some great pointers. And, giving credit here, Graham mentioned, men like to collect. Yeah, they do. I think they like to collect wires and gadgets and remotes and things like that. But you know what? Us women, we got our own stuff too. So the tips that Graham gave you would apply to not just wires and things like that, but putting like items together, like in here, craft items or whatever things that you might collect, or tools that you have in the house and so on. Any of the tips that Graham gave you could really apply to anything that you have in your house. So we are decluttering, and I know most of you would think the definition of decluttering is getting rid of, but Graham has a great point that he always tells me, and that why are we getting rid of stuff just to turn around and buy it again? So he always likes to look through what we have. And okay, maybe we have 10 extension cords and we should only need to have 5 on hand. Okay, we can get rid of 5. But maybe we have 10 and we use 8, so keeping an extra 2 is not a bad thing. So decluttering can not only mean getting rid of the things you no longer want, things you no longer use, or the things you no longer like, but it can also mean just cleaning up the clutter and decluttering the clutter. Does that make sense? So reorganizing it, making it so that when you open the drawer, things are lined up neatly. When you go and you look in the bin, things are very organized in there. That's going to save you a lot of money, because, we've been there where, oh, let's just buy another pack of batteries, or, oh, let's just get another one of those. I don't even know where I know we have them, but I don't even know where they are in the house. That's the types of things that we're trying to avoid by not only decluttering and making sure we have everything we do need and getting rid of what we don't need, but also just cleaning up the clutter in the house so that everything's neat, tidy, and organized. It'll save me money, it'll save me time, it'll just save me headaches. So I hope you want to join in on this. You can catch up at any point, even if it's on week 2 and you want to join us. There's also a 52-week decluttering. So if you want to start fresh in the new year, you can jump on in there, and we're going to keep going with this series on, making a house a home series. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for chatting with us. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love having you guys come and pay us a visit. So leave a comment below if you have anything or questions you want to ask us or anything you want to know. We'd love to connect with you in those comments below. We'll catch you all on the next video.